Hi, Elina here. Welcome to class. Today we'll focus on our shoulders and our neck. You will need a yoga strap or anything similar. You can use a long towel. You can even use like a long sleeved shirt or a dog leash, a belt, anything that is long. And then you may want to use 2 yoga blocks. You can also do this on a chair or a couch or something. So if you don't have yoga blocks, no worries. I'll show you a different variation at the end. Okay, so let's get started in our tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. We'll start off with some cat-cows just to get our spine warm and get a little bit of movement through our shoulders. As you inhale, arch the back, sit bones come up, look slightly upward. Exhale, round the spine, push the floor away, chin to chest, tailbone is tucked. Inhale, arch the back, nice and slow here. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Keep going with your own breath. Try to feel each vertebrae move. Exhale, cat pose. Let's do 2 more here, just with your own breath. Beautiful. Come to sit on your heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can place a block underneath your sitting bones like this to give yourself a bit more height. You can even put 2 blocks under there, whatever feels good for you. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend over to the right. Right hand comes down on the floor. Left hand reaches up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend over to the left. Right hand comes up and over. Maybe look up at the fingers. Inhale, center. Exhale, to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the left. Nice and easy here. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the right. Stay here. Really feel that nice stretch through your left side body. The left sitting bone is grounding down, so you have an even distribution between your sitting bones, even though you're leaning over to the right. Flip your palm. Imagine that you're pushing the ceiling away. Inhale, slowly make a big circle with that hand. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale. And exhale forward. Inhale up and back. Follow your fingers with your eyes. And other direction. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Nice and easy movement here. This should feel really good. Nothing forceful, nothing too intense. Just feeling into our body, stretching out. Beautiful. Come to center. And exhale over to the left. Take a big side stretch here. Feel that side body lengthen. Right sit bone grounds down. Flip your palm, imagine you're pushing the ceiling away. And as you inhale, start slowly moving that hand back. Follow the fingers with your eyes. Exhale, round forward. And inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up and back. Oh, this should feel so good in your shoulder, your ribs, your neck, your spine, everywhere. Switch directions. And again, we never want to push too hard, right? So your circles might be smaller or bigger. Just listen to your body. Wherever you are is perfect. This should feel really yummy. And inhale, center. Exhale, arms down. Now we'll do a neck stretch. So be very gentle here. Again, We want to move slowly and mindfully in our practice. And we never want to feel anything that's too intense. So sensation is good, right? We want to feel a little bit of sensation, otherwise nothing is happening. But we never want to feel pain. And especially when working with our neck can be very sensitive. And so it's very important that we don't throw our head around and try to do these moves really fast. We want to move mindfully and be very, very gentle with ourselves. Take a breath, roll the shoulders up and back. And slowly, mindfully, start to move your left ear towards your left shoulder. Again, we're not cranking the neck anywhere here, and we're not trying to reach the ear and the shoulder together. We're just simply leaning the head over to the left so that we feel a nice stretch on the right side of the neck. Nice and yummy here. Nothing painful, nothing too intense. If this feels good and you want to intensify, you can reach that right arm out and slowly bring it back, like if you were picking something off the floor back here. Imagine that you're reaching for something behind you. Should feel this again on your right side of your neck here. Tends to get really, really tight for most of us if we're on a computer or on our phones or just stressed, right? If this feels good for you and you want to take it one step further, take your left hand gently, very, very gently, place it on the right side of your head, kind of grabbing your ear almost, and very gentle pressure here, very, very gentle. And if this doesn't feel good, just remove the hand. Breathe here. You can maybe bring the chin down and look down. And look forward, look down, forward. If that doesn't feel good, just stay in a position that feels good for you. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And slowly release. Bring your head up, nice and easy. Come back to center. Take a breath here. We'll do the other side. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Again, no yanking or cranking of anything. Very gentle movement here. If this feels good, you can bring that left arm out and start imagining that you're reaching for something behind you. Feel a nice stretch here on the left side of your neck. Sorry, my mic keeps like going into my mouth. Breathe here. Nice and easy. Just imagine that the left side of your neck here, with every exhale, it just melts away all that tension. If this feels good and you want to add on, bring your right hand to the left side of your head and just gently apply a little bit of pressure. And for me, it's so gentle, I'm not even resting the weight of my hand here. It's so gentle. It's like half the weight of my hand. So it's super gentle. We want to be very, very mindful when it comes to our necks. Breathe here, beautiful. You can also play around with spinning your fingers kind of backwards or forwards and see how that changes. Sometimes you can get a different sensation depending on the position of your arm. That's a really tender spot for me right there. Breathe into it. And slowly release and bring your head back up. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Look to the left, to center, look to the right, center. One more time. Beautiful. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls, up and back. Good. Place your fingertips on top of your shoulders and just start making big circles kind of with your elbows. Your elbows might touch in the front or they may not. It's all good either way. And as you go forward, really imagine your shoulder blades pulling apart, and as you go back, they're pulling together, so that this movement is not just in your shoulders, like your front shoulders, but it's actually coming from the shoulder blades and your whole shoulder girdle. Switch directions. So you go back, the shoulder blades draw together, coming forward, shoulder blades are pulling apart. Beautiful. Keep going. Might hear a lot of cracking and popping. I know I am. As long as there's no pain, it's all good. Last one. Beautiful. From here, grab your strap or whatever you have. And you're going to grab it with your hands like this. So the further away your hands are, the easier it is. The closer your hands are, the harder it is. So I like to start pretty wide and then see how that feels. And then you can always move in as you go. Let me move to the side so you can see me a little bit better. Inhale, bring the strap up and over and back. And exhale, bring it forward again. Inhale, up and over, and exhale, forward. This is a really, really good exercise to do every single day. It's called shoulder flossing, and it's just a really good shoulder mobility drill. It has helped me a ton to open up my shoulders and just feel better in my upper spine and my whole neck area. Now I feel like I'm warming up a little bit, so I'm gonna bring my hands a little bit closer. But if you feel perhaps that you have to move your hands further apart, do that, whatever your body needs today. And make sure here that your elbows don't bend, and nip those front ribs in. So you don't want to do this here, right? Do you see that? Because now your shoulders aren't working. Your rib cage is trying to compensate. So you want to stay really still in the upper body and really try to isolate this in the shoulders. Let's do 5 more. Nice and easy. Again, sensation is okay. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's not comfortable for me either, but there's no pain. There's no sharp stabbing sensation in my shoulders, right? It's just a little bit uncomfortable, but we have to challenge our bodies a little bit in order to progress, but it's about finding that edge where it's challenging, but it's not unbearable, right? And it's not painful. It should never, ever be painful. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Place your strap to the side and reach your right arm straight across. And then bring it in towards your chest and grab hold of it with your other hand, with your left hand. You can grab hold of the forearm here or a little bit closer, whatever feels good. Stretching out the outside of our right shoulder. So you should feel this kind of here. Breathe deeply in and out through your nose. I still have a bit of a cold, so I'm a mouth breather at the moment, which is terrible. And release, other arm up, straight in front, bring it over slightly, and then grab it with your right hand and gently bring it in. Again, no forcing here, just gentle movements. Supposed to feel really good. Nothing ever too intense. Again, sensation is good, Pain, never okay. And it can take a lot of work to find that edge for yourself and learning what is pain and what is just sensation, especially when you're starting your yoga journey. All right, release. We are stretching the front of our shoulders now. So, 2 options. The first one is you can hold on to your strap. I'm actually going to turn around so you can see this. You have your strap and you hold it like this. So you just grab it with your hands and you feel a nice stretch through your the front of your shoulders. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is you clasp your hands behind your back like this. And you feel the stretch through your chest and your front shoulders that way. If your legs are getting tired and your feet from sitting like this, feel free to come up and sit on you can tuck your toes under a little bit, or you can come and sit in a cross-legged position if that feels better for you. Breathe here. Good job. Feeling that stretch through the front of the body. This is something that can get really tight if we sit on a computer or if we're on our phone a lot or drive a lot or cook a lot or and release. So we tend to live our whole life in front of us, right? Everything we do is always in front of us. We work, we play on our phones, we cook, we, drive, everything. We're always like this. And so we tend to get this thing called ventral drag where your chest basically caves in like this, your shoulders roll forward, and the muscles in your upper back and neck get really, really tired because they're in this constant extension, and they're also really, they become really weak. And so what we want to do is open up this way, right? So that we can breathe better, and we don't have that constant pain and discomfort in our upper back, which is something I personally dealt with for a long time. So all of this helps with that. From here, come into all fours. So again, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, bring your right arm up, look up. As you exhale, thread it through underneath, kind of under your left arm. Inhale, up, and exhale, underneath. This is thread the needle. So we'll do a few here with some movement. It's a really good shoulder opener and kind of upper back mobilizer. You want to think about twisting from your upper back. So your hips kind of stay where they are. And we'll hold this one. So your temple or cheek is on the floor. Your right hand, or your left hand, can stay right here. Or you can extend it out, tent the fingers, and just feel different kind of stretch here. Or if this feels good, you can take this left hand and try to find your right hip crease. Breathe here. And we're in a twist, so the breathing might feel a little bit constricted. So just try to breathe normally, deeply and calmly. Extra hard when your nose is all stuffed up. And slowly bring your left hand back and use it to push yourself up. We'll bring that right arm up again to counter twist. And bring it back down. Beautiful. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, up, twist. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, up. Beautiful. Exhale, thread it through. 2 more. Beautiful. And try to move with your breath here. So you inhale as you come up and exhale as you thread it through. And now we'll hold this one. Your right hand can stay where it is for support, or you can extend it and tent the fingertips kind of at the right corner of your mat. And stay here. See how this feels? Ooh, it's really opening up my thoracic spine. I feel this one. Option 3 is to take that right hand and find the left hip crease. So pick whatever feels better for you. I'm actually going to do this one because it felt really good for my shoulder. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Bring your right hand back to the starting position and use it to push yourself up as you inhale and counter twist. Exhale, back to center. Beautiful. Come into a child's pose. So sit your hips back onto your heels, arms extended in front of you, forehead comes down on the floor. As you inhale, coil your spine, come forward, tent the fingertips, exhale, arch the spine, sit the hips back. Imagine a wave here. Inhale, curl the spine, and exhale, arch the spine. Nice and easy. Spinal waves here. Beautiful. One more. This should feel really, really good. Beautiful. Oh, my hair is everywhere. Come into tabletop again. And you can come back a little bit towards the back of your mat. Walk your hands forward just a little bit. And see if you can bring your chest down on the floor or your forehead. I'm going to bring my forehead down. You can tent the fingertips. Get this more into the shoulders. This is a really nice stretch also to do every single day to really open up your upper thoracic spine and your shoulders and help counteract some of all that hunching forward that we tend to do. Breathe here. Nice and slow through the nose. And make sure your hips are over your knees. You can even come forward a little bit to give yourself a bit more space. Beautiful. Slowly walk your way up. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls again. Now I'm going to show you another variation of the puppy pose that we just did. That was extended puppy. And you can also do it with the blocks, or this is where you can also use a couch or a padded chair. And this again is so good to do every single day to really open up the shoulders and your chest and just kind of getting a little bit of extension through your thoracic spine and neck versus just constantly being in this position, right? Because this here is after a while, it'll get very, very uncomfortable. And so it's really important that we kind of counteract with all these things to kind of open up the chest and give ourselves some more space in this whole area. So you place your blocks. Actually, I'm going to show it on the lowest setting first. So You can do this with blocks, a chair, a couch, or even on the floor. So I'll show all of them. So this is how you do it with the blocks. You place your elbows down on the blocks, about shoulder width distance. Walk your knees back. And again, hips over knees, roughly. Place your hands in a prayer position, and then let your head come between your arms. Oh, and just feel this very, very nice opening of the triceps and the lats. So your muscles kind of underneath your armpit. This is such a good stretch. So this you can do on a chair or a couch as well. So I would recommend that you have something that's semi-soft, because it can be very, if you have bony elbows, it can be very uncomfortable if you do it on a hard surface. So if you do it on like a chair, make sure there's a cushion. Or a couch is also really, really good. And basically what you do is just, I can show you on this thing, I guess. Just place your elbows down, and then you just walk your knees back, and then you kind of just sink in. Now this is a little bit too tall, but I think you get the idea. And if you don't, just message me or drop a comment below here. I'm also going to show you how to do this without blocks or without a couch or anything. Again, really good stretch to do every single day, because it opens up this whole area here, which tends to be really tight on most of us, and we can get some of kind of adhesions here in our muscles, which if you're it's just very uncomfortable. So you can come into puppy and then bring your hands into prayer, and you can either bring your chest down or your forehead or your chin, whatever feels good for you here. So for me today, it's my forehead. And just breathe here wherever you are. Beautiful. And slowly make your way up. So that's a really good stretch to do every day. I do that one multiple times a day, usually 2 or 3 times a day. And it has made a huge difference in my neck pain, in my shoulder pain, and just in my thoracic spine mobility in general. It has been a real game changer for me. Let's come onto our backs. And you can come into Shavasana with straight legs. So you'd bring your legs about mat distance apart. Let the feet splay out, arms by your side, palms face upward. If this is uncomfortable for your back, you can bend the knees and bring the knees towards each other. So they may or may not touch, but just kind of let them knock in like this. Close down the eyes. And just take a moment of quiet here to honor your practice and to let your body absorb everything that we just did. You can set a timer here for 5 minutes if you want some uninterrupted Shavasana. And if you're ready to come out, wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a little good morning stretch. And you can roll over to one side. I'm going to roll over this side because I have my mic pack. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this neck and shoulder class. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any requests for classes you want to see next. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.